fun one right now as we're joined by head coach Jeff Hawes and Brian Sweeney of Potomac Falls High School. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Coach, you and I go way back.
Yes,
I was
sir.
covering you in the early days down at Potomac Falls, and it's your 20th season, if my math's right, at Potomac Falls. Been there since the school's open. First question, did you envision yourself being there this long?
Well, I always had a vision of building something, and it started coming together a little quicker than I ever dreamt. And I've been fortunate to have a lot of good kids, a lot of good people surrounding me. And if it's not broke, don't fix it, So it's, to answer your question, I'm glad I am still there. How about that?
I think a lot of your players are glad you're still there, including Brian. One thing I always said about Coach Hawes was that he kind of made it cool to be a Potomac Falls Panther. He's been around so long, he kind of became ingrained in the community. What's it like playing for him? And is it fun to be did you kind of grow up dreaming that, hey, I want to go play for Potomac Falls?
Yeah, when I was in 8th grade, I always wanted to play for Coach Hawes, and I love playing for him. He's a great coach. I love his energy. He's a really good coach.
Yeah, most definitely. He's kind of proved that with a lot of guys. We'll talk more about Coach Hawes and this Panthers team coming up right after this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an all-new season of Top Plays here at AllMetSports.com and WashingtonPost.com. I'm BJ Kubarulis. All right, like the previous 3 seasons, we're continuing our exciting interactive high school basketball show, a show that allows you, parents, coaches, players, and fans, to send in your video submissions for ranking in our Top 10 style weekly show. Each week, we'll reveal the latest highlights, dunks, sweet assists, and bizarre happenings from across the region. All you gotta do is tweet me the link. I'm at BJ Koob, and remember, you gotta hashtag it AllMets. You can send in your Huddle, YouTube, Vimeo, really any video link, and we'll consider it for use in the upcoming episode of Top Plays. Remember to tune in every Monday to see if your video made it at allmetsports.com. We'll see you soon.
We're back with Jeff Hawes and Brian Sweeney of Potomac Falls High School. Coach, we talked earlier about the fact that you've been at the school for a while, but you changed some things up, and maybe biggest that you move up to 5A, a little tougher competition. Did that reinvigorate you in the program a little bit?
It's tough when you get to that level of regionals and states anyway. So to be honest with you, just the way things change so much is crazy. I used to know everything. I used to know all the tiebreakers and everything, and it's been changing so fast the last few years, and now it's changing again next year. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but I'm pleased we're going back to the 4-region alignment next year. I think it's going to be really nice. This year it's kind of confusing almost when you get down to the Final 4 in the region. Like, we lost our last 3 games last year, which was tough, but we had kind of earned the right to get where we were playing. But it changes so fast. I get invigorated by a lot of things. So.
We know that you're very exciting coach. Some guys I think you have excited this year. The guy next to you, Christian Sweezy, transferring from Middleburg Academy. What kind of backcourt do they make up?
Oh, Christian is, we're glad he's home, and he's a real solid player. Between him and Brian and Alex Namer, they played together their whole life. You throw in our other senior, David Walls, that's with us for the 3rd year now, the supreme athlete, can get to the hole. They all know each other so well now. Friday night was a good indication. I think they all had it right about 15, 16. They all hit big shots. So just the way they, I know I can count on them. They take good care of the ball, and they know each other's games so well. It's a nice treat to have.
Brian, what's it like playing alongside Christian?
I love playing alongside him. Back in middle school, we played together 6th through 8th grade, and we won every year, and we get along really well. And he shares the ball with me, and we always look for him, and we have a strong bond together.
Now, the fact that you guys played together before, has that helped you adjust your games to each other as opposed to a guy coming in kind of cold and saying, I don't know this guy at all?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's one of my good friends, and playing with him for 3 years, and we played AAU together 9th grade too. So having him back is really good.
Now, Coach, back to you. You talked a little bit about you made it to the state quarters last year. What does this team have to do to go farther this year?
Well, we got a nice mix of everything. We got some senior leadership. We got some shooters. We have length. We have some strength. we're really focusing on defense. We felt like the last couple of years it's been a little Achilles heel of ours, trying to play too many junk defenses. So Brian will tell you, we're spending every bit of 65 to 70% of our practices right now on defense. And right now we're giving average, it's only been 3 games, but it's under 50 a game right now. And that's really what we're focusing on. And we got to smooth a lot of things out. We got our football players late, which the latest we've ever gotten them in our 20-year history. So this was just their first week with us. So we're not smooth at all right now, but you know, hey, we're 3-0 and being a really good team Friday night. And so I told them if that's all we had, I'd be worried. But we have so much room. The ceiling is very high as to where we think we can get.
Coach, one last one for you. You mentioned that the football players coming back in. Obviously, Coach Barnes doing some great things there, but that's different. It's almost always been Potomac Falls basketball school. How have you kind of had to adjust to that, not having your guys with you the entire lead up to the preseason?
Well, him and I get along great. Coach Allen before him, great guy. And I know in some schools, football and basketball coaches are like oil and water. But I really work hard to make sure that's not a problem. I'm all about athletes, and one of our best players, Grant Mish, had 15 last night, played great. I mean, I'd be crazy to run him off, and vice versa, Coach Barnes, you know. So it's, you know, I think it's healthy, and you should like kids to play multiple sports. I think that's a dying breed. So we get along well, and it's nice to have them back. But we got work to do, and that's been a big part of it because it was three of our main kids. So.
Brian, one last one for you. You know, when it comes to Loudoun County, there ain't many better student sections than the Panther Pit. Your guys always seem to be there. It's a kind of as it comes in your county, it's a little bit smaller environment than some others. How fun is it is it playing in front of those home fans at Potomac Falls?
I love playing at home. Playing at home is my favorite part. A lot of the students always come out and watch the game, and they're always chanting and always making a lot of noise, and I can always count on them to come out.
And of course, the guy next to you sometimes leading the cheers. I remember that from the old days. Jeff Hawes, Brian Sweeney, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to stay up to date on high school basketball in the DMV, you can do it by checking out the Prep Zone every week at DMVSTREAM.COM.